I never got it, why'd you have to go? I guess this world's too slow for you. I think there's beauty in the gray, the cold, but you just want the gold. And there's no way I can beat it, cause I got no chance, no chance when it comes to her. She got the glitter and the fame, and I just wasn't enough.
Good morning, Mike and Arlen, our Philippine journey. Thank you for joining us. You know, today we're going to go through something that should be fairly simple, but apparently it's just not. It happens often. It happens often enough that we physically see it happen. Okay? And I can't figure out why, to be honest with you. But we'll go into it anyways. These are going to be the types of men that should not retire here to the Philippines. No offense, and I will say this, there are exceptions to every rule. So, that's just the way it is. Let's get started. The first, you know what? Okay, let me preface it by saying we're not going to talk about every type, and we are going to say there are exceptions to every rule. But we're also going to say that these types of men are the types of men that honestly we see fail more often than not. And why do we think it's important? Well, we think it's important because you want to retire. You are thinking that the Philippines is the place for you to retire. It's cheaper cost of living. It has a environment that you find appealing. Okay, that's great. Let's take a look at what type of men are not going to make it even in that kind of environment. The first type of man, simple. We put it at the top of every list. It's the arrogant, self-centered, gotta keep up with the Joneses kind of guy. You know this guy. This is the guy that knows everything and cannot have a conversation unless they know everything and unless they are correct and you are wrong if your opinion differs from them. Hey, you know what? Those type of men will argue with anybody. You can't win that here. You can argue, there's a difference. And this brings us to the second kind of guy that doesn't know the difference between an argument and a conversation or a debate. There's a difference between being open to other people's opinions and accepting that on occasion your opinions may be wrong or that your opinions aren't as valid as others. This kind of guy is going to argue with the wall. This kind of guy is not going to make it here. The second kind of guy is this misogynistic, sexist man. We hear a lot of people that talk about wanting to come here because they're looking for traditional relationships. They're tired of the feminist movement. They're tired of being treated a certain way. I don't have an answer for all of that, but I will tell you this. If you can't treat a woman with the same amount of respect, trust, and honesty that you expect out of them, you're going to be constantly questioning them. And when you're doing that constantly, okay, when you have no faith in them, that means you have no faith in that relationship. You're not going to make it. I should say this, that the things that prevent you from making it when you're these type of men is that you can't have any faith in anything. You can only have faith in yourself. And while that's great, and you should be emotionally strong enough to do that, if you're going to involve yourself in relationships, you've got to have some room to play there and see how things play out. Alcoholics. You know, if your idea of retirement is sitting on a bar stool and hammering back beer after beer or drink after drink, okay? Or if you've got to get drunk to have fun or to lose your inhibitions, you're not going to make it. The reason you're not going to make it is because the same thing that's going to happen at home is going to happen here. You're going to first wreck your health, second, needlessly spend money, and finally, you know what? Somebody's going to take advantage of you. So we've covered 3 so far. Let's cover 2 more. Well, you know, it's kind of funny. This next type of guy is the one that plays the blame game. He's the one that for everything he doesn't like, he blames somebody else. For all of his trials and tribulations in life, it's somebody else's fault. We do see these guys, and they always blame everything. They blame the government. They blame their ex-wife. They blame shit. Some of them blame their mothers. All right? Look, guys, don't be blaming people for the way life is. Instead, move forward and fix it. These guys won't move forward. They won't accept reality, and they won't change it. Which brings us really to the last guy. The last guy is the guy that has no patience and won't accept reality. We've said this numerous times, and we often say it, and we'll say it again. If you're planning on retiring here, you need to come here and you need to spend some time. And before you pull that final plug, we think you should spend at least 60 days in country, in different locations. You need to recognize not just what's at different places, but what every place has in common. Every place here in the Philippines have common issues. Internet outage happens even in the heart of BGC. Power outages, they happen. Infrastructure issues. Right now, flight delays are absolutely absurd. You can guarantee that your local flight will not leave on time. Now, they can make it up in the air sometimes, but right now, flight delays are horrendous. There are all kinds of other things that you have to accept the reality of. There's always a guy with a bigger wallet. There's always somebody that's got something you don't have. Don't worry about it. You know, the whole idea behind retiring was to be happy. Measure your level of happiness in comparison to what the Philippines can offer you. For us, we're very happy here. There are things we do not like, of course. There are things we don't like everywhere. And they may not bother you, just like there are things you don't like that may not bother us. But you have to, only you can measure what it is you do and don't like. Look, this is just like the tip of the iceberg. There are a lot of people that are not prepared or capable of retiring in a foreign country. Even more so, retiring in a country that has limitations. With all of that being said, it's a beautiful country. The people are great. In the number of years that we've been here, we've never had a problem. We suggest you come and you visit. Go online, get that airplane ticket, come on over. That's going to be what makes the biggest difference. Hey, look, please subscribe. Hit that thumbs up if you liked it. It really helps a lot. And otherwise, just have a great day.